the asshole in me.
Yeah.
In my head, I swore I said it. One time I even thought I said it out loud. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, my outside thoughts come out. You know me. My intrusive thoughts are always just right there. Yes. I said, like, I looked because other people saw my face. They were looking at me. They're like, oh shit. Mars gonna blow.
So and I'm not the only person.
Yeah. People know.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
Hi everyone, I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms, podicalsons.com.
All of that.
And we have the socials at Podical Sons. And you can also see us on the YouTube and the Spotify's and stuff as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We are there. Search Podical Sons Podcast and you will find us. Let's start the show. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm good. Happy Mother's Day to all of those and stuff. Whatever. If you're getting this on a Tuesday, hopefully your Mother's Day had a Mother's Night. And if doing it is wrong, you should never be right. This is too much?
Too much.
Oh, okay. My bad. I just thought, I'd give you some, some Teddy P kind of bars.
I've been discussing with Marv lately about this whole rain thing. Because sometimes he get out of control, and I offered to try and help, rein him in. Because
you gotta tug hard on the rope. Like if I'm descending down into darkness,
yes, you
have to tug hard. So I know, like, too far. Let me come back up.
Okay.
Whatever, right? I understand, like, I might just, tell you hold the rope and just jump off the cliff like some people.
yeah.
But, like, when you're doing your little tugs and stuff, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have jumped. I should have just, like,
slowly
descended down. Yeah.
It's usually me with the magical words. What's up?
When I saw that, I was reading something and stuff, whatever. It's like, they were gingerly moving through, like, the building. I was like, gingerly. I was like, so I threw it, like, they opened up, like, thesaurus.com.
Yeah, right.
I see gingerly sauntered. I was like, gradual, easy. I was like, I fucking like sauntered. I like sauntered.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm an adult, man. I should be, What is it? Shout out to Bun B. Go read a book, you illiterate son of a bitch, and step up your vocab. Like, yes. Because I think maybe some of us hasn't stepped up our vocab. Maybe that's the reason why these children know these inappropriate type of things.
Right.
Because we didn't learn a way to kind of speak over their head. I remember when people like, the apparatus. I was a kid looking like, what the hell is that?
It's an apparatus?
It sounds like a ghost. And they're like, no, apparition is ghost. I was like, so what is the apparatus? A ghost sword? A ghost thing? And they're like, no, it's just a thing. I was like, just say thing.
Yeah.
But they're like, silly child. Your young peon brain doesn't know that there's so many words you can use. That's the reason why when you're writing these essays for school, you keep coming with the same shit. This is why your grade marks and stuff are not as high as you thought they should be.
Right.
You could have said sauntered. You could have said gingerly. You could have said strolling, and it's still amongst the same thing. But no, you want to say slow walk. And then somebody yawns and stuff and gives you a lesser grade. You're like, I didn't deserve this. But did you though?
Did you? How much effort did you put in this, really?
Exactly. Do better.
And then you slow walk away.
Slow walk away on their ass. All right, man. Let me get to some fun stuff, and let's get to the polls, and then
we get to the polls.
Let's get to the polls, and we can talk the talk.
All right.
Yeah. So let's start with the first poll. So the first poll of the week was: do you believe that money can buy happiness?
Do I believe money can buy happiness?
Yes. Tell me what you believe first. This is yes or no, and then I'll tell you the percentage of what everybody voted.
No.
Okay. Well, 67% said yes. All the people that participated in the polls said 60% said yes, money can buy happiness. I'm on the no side.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to He-Man it, be the master of your universe.
Right.
I told you, I said it multiple times and stuff, and I'll say it to this day. OLG has like the best slogans in the world to me. Them and Dove. Dove, their slogan is love the skin that you're in.
Yeah.
And when you see a lot of people that want to be something else, they clearly haven't mastered that.
Right.
OLG, know your limit and play within it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you can make $100K. I saw something where, and this is on, I think Mad Money, the thing that comes to CNBC.
Yeah.
A guy makes 200. Yeah, I think he makes $212K a year, and he lives check to check.
212K.
Look at your face. You're like, how, Sway? How?
Us normal people can't fathom those things.
Exactly. But then I think in that person's aspect, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and do certain type of things and stuff where you feel like you might need more money just to stay afloat because you're treading if you're living check to check, no?
Yeah.
I would assume.
I would assume.
I would assume you're kind of treading and stuff because you're looking like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do until I get paid again? Until I get paid again? Fuck, I made it. I got paid.
Well, you're check to check. You're one check away from being behind everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I understand that concept. I feel like after seeing that and hearing that, I was like, money ain't the answer. And I want to say, as you know, well, you and I, we were beatboxing with some OGs yesterday and everything like that as well too. Shout out to my girl Renz. We were talking like to a lot of vets and stuff and the veterans and stuff. They're telling you like, yo, money ain't it.
Right. Yeah.
Like these people are like where their kids are grown, established in their 30s, doing things and stuff like that. And now it's damn near about to be like an empty nest and stuff for them. And you're looking at stuff is like, nah, we just gotta enjoy each other and we gotta make the best of our time because again, like as we get older, we're going on, or myself personally,
right?
A lot of people, I want to say like the funeral game is wild for me. I want to say I've been to more funerals than I've been to weddings.
Wow.
I've been to more.
Yeah, when you put it like that, same here.
So I look at it as where I'm iffy personally on the whole baby daddy, baby mama thing. I look, everything is circumstantial to me.
Right.
So I look at it stuff as where, if I hear somebody in like their late 30s saying they're going to have their first kid, I think I'm more supportive of that.
Okay.
Compared to like somebody in their 20s with their first kid and stuff, whatever. Because I look at stuff as where, okay, the person in their 30s, are they married or are they not? And everything. And if so, is this going to be a repeat process until they can't go no more?
Right.
Or then I look at stuff as the person in their 20s and stuff. What have you established and stuff first before you said you're going to agree to commit into this child? Because kids aren't cheap.
No.
You have two. I have one. Shit is not cheap.
No.
Okay?
No. Far from it.
Shit is not cheap.
Right.
So I even look at stuff, whatever, like the other day, I was like, balling. I was like, wait, I got to pay this and school. The early care is this. I was like, mother.
Has your son, because I mean, your son's he's a big kid. Yeah. Has he gotten out of the kid size shoes yet?
Yeah. He's been out of the grade. Yeah, he's in that grade school shit.
Yeah. That's whatever. Once my son hit that step, I was like, yeah, it's the game is.
Oh, you're talking about like straight adult, like from like size 6 and up?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm getting there. I'm counting my blessings.
Count your blessings, bro.
I'm counting my blessings,
bro.
Because I want to say, maybe because like I look at this stuff as where, and this is just my thing, is no one else, but I look at this stuff as where, for me, I realize I don't really need too much, right? But I look at stuff as where I'm a nostalgic kind of person. Yeah. So if it kind of tickles my nostalgic bone, I might run with it or smile and stuff like, so like, you know, like retro Jordans and stuff like that. I'll see, be like, okay, I'm like, I don't think it's good for me.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, my son, why the hell not? But we do buy him shoes or things and stuff that's like this play.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you can't wear your good shit everywhere and stuff like that, whatever. And then that type of stuff. But then I look at it stuff as where I rather do it for him because I've now come to the point where certain things that I do is not just for myself.
Right.
Right? It's for my legacy, for my heir. Right? So I just try to do these things to make sure, like, you know, like they might hit a bone for me, like, oh shit, I could have wore these and stuff, whatever. But I'm like, this child is half of me.
Mhm.
So if I'm buying it for him and stuff, whatever, motherfucker, you can't tell me I ain't do it. You can't tell me that ain't mine.
Can't tell you.
We were just talking about the Mike Jacks thing the other day. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as like, yo, sometimes you can do it when you do it. Pertaining to the money situation, you and I, we discussed several times and stuff about how much money would it take to probably retire or to quit everything and all the above. But we know for a fact that even if we don't get those numbers and stuff, whatever, I want to say quote unquote for the masses, I still will see or deem you as a happy person.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think vice versa and stuff, whatever, for myself, right? Like I look at it stuff as I've learned to master my universe on some He-Man shit where I know how much I'm going to make. I know what I can do with this and how far I can go and how much I can save.
Right.
And then do the things I can do, can still enjoy life. So I don't feel money can buy me happiness and everything. And I told you when I saw like the AP and the Richard Mille watches and everything like that, whatever, I looked at them like they would be nice to have, but I was like, I'd rather take that money and build like a rec center or do something and stuff that I know that the generational wealth can still flow and go, just to say like, balling on my wrist.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that part for me, for the happiness and the money. How about you?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, man. I think money, it can certainly buy temporary joy.
It's a damn good down payment on happiness.
It's a good down payment on happiness. But when I say temporary joy, it's like the things that you purchase with the money.
Mm.
It's almost like an instant gratification. You buy it and it's like it's there, right?
Mm.
But then after a while, you may pay less attention to it. It may not be as important to you as it once was. So that's why I say it buys joy for the moment.
Want.
Right.
It's a want.
Want. Buys joy for the moment. But in order for you to have like true happiness, it's got to be a mindset. It's got to be something that can't be taken away, even if you don't got the money.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people, I feel like when it comes to certain things and like, I can't speak for all, but say purchases.
Right.
What I realize and stuff is that it's more a dopamine hit.
Yes, it is.
It's more of a dopamine hit than it is something that's actually soul fulfilling.
Right.
Right. That is something that stuff you're like, all right. Like I look at it, stuff is where you can buy a whatever luxury type of car and stuff like that. Right. And if it's soul filling and stuff like that, I feel like you would just need that one. Yeah. Let's say, for example, you decided to buy like, you wanted a Ferrari, and the particular Ferrari you wanted was a 2015 Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
You buy this 2015 Ferrari because you said it was soul filling. You shouldn't need to buy a 2024 Ferrari.
Nah.
The 2015 was the soul filling purpose,
right,
no?
Right. Yeah.
But if you're buying a 2024, that means the 2015 was a dopamine hit. More than something that's soul filling. Like we were just talking about, like, buying a car and having it to soup it up to do whatever.
Yeah.
That's a soul filling thing because you're looking at stuff as like, yeah, I have the money to do other things, whatever, but this brings me joy. This brings me the kind of feeling that maybe something newer or fresher or even more different thing, bells and whistles, you're not looking for.
Yeah.
This is, you like it here, you'll stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I think, us as people and stuff, I'm not optimistic like that anymore. Right? And it's not even on some grim and evil shit.
Right.
But I look at it stuff as where I hope people have the understanding because the information is out there. We live in an information age.
We do.
And you have to take the information and then make it applicable to your own personal world.
Right.
Say that. Okay. The next poll says, is TikTok a national security risk? What do you say to that?
I think all apps are national security.
We're looking for a yes or no, sir. Damn. So I guess that's a yes?
It's a yes. It's a yes.
60% said yes.
That's a yes.
Now, as you were before I interrupted you.
Yeah, I don't think TikTok is doing anything that we haven't already seen Facebook do, Twitter do, and Instagram. It's like it's like people seem to forget that Twitter and Facebook, like, they were in congressional hearings not too long ago.
That part.
Yeah. It's like, we seem to forget that.
That was national.
That was national.
That's a national security risk.
And they're still operating.
Yeah. I feel like, for me, TikTok is a national security risk. And my reasoning behind it is that what the Chinese, let's say, the way how China itself does things.
Yeah.
Like with their own wife, or their own Facebook, their own like this and that, whatever. It's not together in sync with everybody else.
Right.
So when you want to do your own thing and then you want to look at everybody else doing the other thing and stuff, whatever, that's problematic. Us, we can say like, all right, we're doing our own thing over here, or let's say Instagram and stuff, or TikTok might be our thing.
Yeah.
We can't see what's going on over there.
No,
you're not giving us a choice to deal with that over there, whatever. You're automatically, like, if we cross over, we have to do what you guys want us to do. When in Rome, do what the Romans do. I get it. I'm for that, whatever. But I feel like I'm not a Roman.
Right.
I'm a visitor.
Yeah.
So I'm not if I'm planning to be a Roman or live here and everything, different story.
Right.
But if I'm passing through, like, vacationing or just seeing some sights and stuff, whatever, because I want to do soul-filling things for myself, like, oh, I want to go to Hong Kong, I want to go here, see Shanghai, Great Wall of China, and whatever.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. We can't see, because what is it? Was it Byte Music is the original company? ByteDance.
Yeah.
Thank you. ByteDance is the original company.
Right.
When these congressional hearings go on with the owner and saying, like, you know, is the information being leaked over to like other countries and stuff and what we're doing and all the above, they're saying no, but they're not giving a guarantee.
Right.
And I think because, let's say more so, the US government hasn't been getting, I want to say, a secure feeling from China.
Yeah.
Hence lies the problem. Like the president, Jinping.
Jinping, yeah.
When it comes to things, let's say like the weather balloons floating from China across to America and everything like that.
Right.
It's not giving an American people like a security feel. When you guys, again, with the multiple apps and different type of things and stuff like that, and then, you know, now China might possibly go to war with, like, you know, the US and like so many levels. This is a situation where, like, we're not really want to fuck with you on some type of things.
Right, yeah.
The iPhone production and stuff is over there. So they can bring it over here. It just ain't cheaper labor.
It's not.
But it's to the world that they created.
And that's right. It's the world that they created. And that is one of the things where you got to look at and say, no, you created this beast from a capitalistic standpoint.
Yes.
You looked at it and said,
it's cheaper to do everything over there.
Not only that it is cheaper to do everything over there, but you looked over there and you seen the population of how many billions of people and said, I need to sell my products over there because they have so many people over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the government is saying, sure, you can come and set up shop here, but guess what? You got to give us trade secrets in order for you to set up shop here. They thought about it, they paused, but the greed always gets the best of them. So they agreed to it.
The greed got to them and they agreed.
and then this is what's happening now, right? They literally take a lot of that technology. What they have is technology that started over here first. They got the little behind the wall trade secrets, developed it, come up with their own stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfected it, made their own stuff better than what our stuff is. Then slowly tell their people who were supporting your stuff, hey, we got something better here.
Mm-hmm.
So in the law, it might have been good for you short term, but now where do you stand? It's like, I think up to the beginning of the second quarter of this year, right?
Okay.
So we're just
recently.
We're
now
recently,
second
right?
quarter. Yeah.
Huawei, right, which is a company that they've already banned here in North America,
right,
has taken over for iPhone in China as the number one phone retailer, right?
Right.
And it's basically a situation where you looked at China and said, hey, we're not going to let you play here because we don't know what you put in these phones. And coincidentally, the DJI, the drones that I fly by, those are banned in the US as well. So ByteDance is going to be the third company that they're actually shutting down in the US. So they're over here looking and saying, okay, well, go ahead. We have all those trade secrets that we need, and we're building these things. And you're just one market. And this is what when we first had that, we brought up the whole argument. It was like, is it worth it to them to sell to a US company when there's so many other markets where they exist in, right? And now it's like at the point where they're not selling. Actually, they're actually suing the US government.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to do about it?
I think that's the thing. I think with the lawsuit, when them suing back saying like it's unconstitutional,
right?
I was like, you're not even from here, and you're trying to use our shit against us. But then I looked at it and stuff. It's like, no, we've given them open access to everything about us.
Everything.
I couldn't tell you like if China has even something like, let's say, like the first 10 amendments. I couldn't tell you if China has like something like a preamble and stuff, or like a We the People of the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know if like We the Republic of China might have something and stuff like that. Their shit is tight knit.
Yes.
Our shit is just exposed. So they know our shit better than most of the people that I say this all the time. People can explain to me who your leader of your country is, but you can't explain who leads your city. And who leads even like the district or the region that you live in.
Right.
People won't know the MPP, the treasurer, the nothing like that, whatever, but they'll tell you like, well, we know Trudeau runs shit.
Right.
Okay, but what is affecting you locally before the national, before the federal shit, right?
Yeah.
People draw blanks.
Yeah.
They know our laws. The man lawyered up. The lawyer's like, he probably bought a lawyer from there, for there.
That's exactly what he did.
He's like,
exactly what they did.
Yeah, and they're like, hi, I'll take your case. What the U.S. government is trying to do to you guys is unconstitutional. We can sue them. What? When I heard that, and I was looking at the lawsuit, I was like, good for you, ByteDance.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, like we've exposed ourselves way too much. Like I look at it, stuff is where before the height of the internet, you would swear America is the greatest place in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody would want to go to America and live.
Right.
Right? Now was like you can even certain apps I've seen and stuff, whatever. Like I think during the whole attack of Ukraine in the beginning,
right?
I opened up Snapchat and realized you can slide over and go to like a country and just zoom in and see which Snapchat users the last time they posted something.
Yes.
And I think like somebody else was showing like the bombings going on and stuff and Ukraine. I was looking like, damn. And then I went to another person's thing. They're drinking like vodka and everything, partying by it or something like, if the world is going to end, it's going to end with a bang. And I was looking like, shit. And now me, not from there, looking at it as like, I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
All right, put this shit in the reverse. You're seeing people in America talking about like, yo, they're giving money to the Ukraine or giving money to this place. These people and stuff are like, I think their inflation rates are like through the roof. People are getting foreclosed homes, going bankrupt.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of other things and stuff there. And now, like, say you're watching from, hell, we'll say you're even watching from like Japan. You'd be like, fuck, I thought America was popping. That ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
Even some people and stuff like their thing before the height of the internet, whatever. If America is shit, I'm gonna drive to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they realize, the trucking convo, they can see this shit. I get phone calls, people like, yo, what's up with your prime minister? They're warring in Ottawa, in your capital and everything. Like, I remember they had that brawl around, I want to say not too far off in the time when Capitol Hill got raided, whatever, right? And they're looking like, I said to the person, like, do you still want to come to Canada and live? They're like, fuck no, y'all don't got your shit together. Y'all kind of worse like us. I might as well go to somewhere where they got more of a handle of it.
Yeah.
We can now see things was going on within other countries. We are at that point. Remember back then, it was so hard to see any information like, let's say, picture like Al Jazeera. When you got clips of Al Jazeera, probably from CNN or somewhere like that and stuff, whatever. Most people with their boxes and stuff have an Al Jazeera channel.
Yeah.
You can see exactly what's going on without the cuts and the edits and all that type of stuff. You have an understanding. You can see what's going on in some of these places and stuff. I think with Canada silencing the information that we can get from other places and stuff like that with their bill, it try to create a clamp and stuff on it. But I'm like, I looked at it and stuff as where,
and I think it's and I don't think it's just I don't think it's just Canada alone. I think it was like one of those Davos things where countries are realizing, hey, our citizens are seeing just like how you're saying what's happening in other countries, right? So it's like,
we want our people to be kosher. We want to be able to control our people and handle our people.
Exactly.
We don't need, because I look at George Floyd. The George Floyd, like that time, it happened in America. There was protests here in Canada. There was protests there in the UK. There was protests in Australia. There was protests all over the world. They're looking like, why are you guys now raising up for like black power or black rights? You see this should have happened to George Floyd? But you're in the UK. We do things different here. They're like, no, but we can see the information.
We can see the
Lock off the information that you can see now. Then we can probably control you guys to a better degree.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening.
Time will tell.
It will tell.
Shout out to Bob. Yes, man. All right. Let's get to some meat and potato things and stuff.
Meat and potatoes.
Obviously the culture wants to talk about it and stuff, whatever. So
let's make the culture happen.
Let's just
make the culture happen.
So is the beef over now? Beef done in your eyes?
I think the beef is over. I think on wax it is. Probably like the social media, like I think there might be some jabs within like some like memes or some slick talk within, some postings and stuff like that. But as far as like the record beef, I think that part's done.
And the winner, who's the victor?
The victor?
In your eyes.
In my eyes, I want to say Drake.
Nani?
I want to say Drake. In my eyes, I want to say Drake. Because
we haven't spoke about this, have we?
No, we haven't.
Okay, this is life. This is life. Yeah. As you were.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he says the things what he needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And his fans is he's got a resilience. He's got like the fans that he has. I don't look at them as like hardcore rap fans.
Yeah.
This arena that we just witnessed, what we witnessed, this was for like the hardcore rap fans. So as we were excited about it and to see it happen, a lot of those other fans were just waiting for it to be over so Drake can get back to the regular schedule program that he makes. Yeah.
I think, so you're right, because I think Styles P said something along those lines. And when he was saying it and stuff, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's kind of like, to the real, where let's say he's at top.
Right.
And to the real of reals, like the lyricists and all that type of stuff, whatever, he's far from it. Now he's doing his thing. And we appreciate you for doing your thing and stuff up there. But in the like the Den of the Wolves, some shit doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I feel like it's kind of like a rich kid going into like the slums and stuff saying like, do you know who I am? We don't give a fuck, but we know you got it.
Yeah.
So we understand and stuff. You're in a privileged few and stuff, whatever, but can you survive here?
Right.
And in that landscape and stuff, whatever, I don't think that he could. whatever. But I look at it stuff as well. You still got to appreciate, like, you know, like he still bust his ass to get where he be. Because if you look at like Aubrey Graham to when we first known who the hell Aubrey Graham was, he was a wheelchair player character on Degrassi. To
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. To being one of the biggest icon of music and stuff, whatever.
Of his generation.
Of today. That's a long leap.
A long leap.
That's a very, very long leap with him. So you have to give credit because not everybody can do that.
And he's still young.
Well, he's 2 years younger than me, so thank you for the compliment. Well, you know,
right? I mean, like it's
not 40.
As far as it's you're not there.
Yeah.
But as far as entertainment, because he can do this for another 10, 15 years, right?
Can you? I used to think that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying at the level that he's at, like a dominant level, but just the career, like just the career.
Yes.
He can, you know, he has another 10, 15 years left. Right?
You know what? And the funny thing too, to test of that, whatever, a test of that is Snoop.
Yes.
Snoop came in with gangster rap, but the fact that Snoop did that whole, I want to say, the reggae album, Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion, yeah.
And when he did the church album and stuff for the Snoop Dogg and a Good Book. And I was looking at this, I was like, from 1992 to even to this day, he's still dropping things and stuff like that. And yes, you don't have to do it to the scale. Yeah. Like, you know, we're not out here singing like, you know, like What's My Name, like, you know, Snoop Dogg shit.
Right.
Like how we were way back when, but we still know he's prevalent. And if we hear a Snoop song, we're like, oh, this is a Snoop song. So they'd be like, oh, this is a new Drake song.
Right.
Yes. But okay, let me ask you now, going back. To you, Drake won.
Yeah.
What do you think for the overall? Because again, just the overall undeniable truth, and then there's your own reality.
Right.
Right? In your own reality, you feel like Drake wins. And I'm not trying to make you seem kind of deranged or anything
No.
But I look at it stuff as like, do you still put Drake in the overall win? Or do you put Kendrick as the overall win, but you prefer...
With the Kendrick side of things,
yeah,
I think Kendrick put his best foot forward and it propelled him, right? But here's the thing now. His biggest track out of all of this, which was everybody is saying ended Drake, is
ending?
Which ended Drake,
okay,
is You're Not Like Us, right? The fact of that song is, I don't think it's better than any other of the songs that were previous.
No.
What it is, it's a fucking catchy dance song.
With the OVO.
The beat is not like it's not a typical Kendrick beat, right? But because now that this is such a popular thing, that this song has become so popular, I think the casual fan who now might look at Kendrick because of this, they're going to expect to hear more of this from Kendrick. So when Kendrick now doesn't give them anything else like this, what happens?
I think he might go dormant again. And that's just my take on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. I feel like Drake overall won. Drake shocked me.
Yeah.
And I am highly pleased. And stuff when I saw like he had time to go do the back and forths and everything like that to all the above. I do feel like Family Matters was that track for me. Heart 6. It still struck her like nerves and stuff like that, whatever. Yeah. But I looked at it stuff as where if he ended Family Matters and stuff more in a way like he's not doing this anymore.
Right.
Like without saying it, because like you can tell he wasn't putting his effort and stuff in it. Same thing with Heart 6. You just feel like he's just, I'm
like,
done.
I'm answering you just to answer
and stuff, whatever. I was like, yeah, your heart is not in it.
Right.
Just leave it alone and stuff like that, whatever. You don't have to respond to everybody. And some of the real ones like in the pit, like again, it's the rich kid coming into around the broke people and stuff like that. You've already stated your claim. You already let us know who you are. You don't need to do anything more than that unless they're coming at your dollars.
Right.
If Kendrick was doing things that pertain to cut off like his dollars, then yes. With the I want to say the pedophile remarks and everything like that, it's a different dance. I do feel like Drake needs to separate himself from Russell Simmons, because Russell Simmons is like, those comments hurt. First of all, Russell, hide out in Bali, mind your business.
Russell lock your lips, Russell.
Yeah, this ain't your world and stuff. Whatever. Yeah. I understand. I see where you're trying to come from. Like, I'm trying to make sure no gang violence stuff. Not from over there.
Yeah, no.
From over there, no. I look at it and stuff is where, and I'll ask you this. Why? Okay, no, let me say this. If you go to a party and let's say 85% of the people at the party don't fuck with you or don't like you,
right?
Do you stay?
Nah.
You don't stay?
I ain't staying.
15% is still fucking with you and rocking with you. They're okay with you and everything like that. But 85%...
That 15% better be brolic. In order for me to stay.
Very true. I feel, and this is me turning into a conspiracy theory Joe, like yourself. I don't believe the industry wants Drake to be where he is. I don't know if he's Canadian.
I don't think so either.
Oh, you agree?
I agree with that.
I don't know if maybe because he's Canadian or maybe he's probably trajected to some levels of stuff that they never really predicted.
Right.
And maybe it's kind of like industry as the system. We can control how far you can go. But like I said, he's made a hell of a leap.
Yes.
So he's transcended some shit, whatever. It's kind of like, boss, we need you to sign some of these raping you contracts and stuff, whatever, which you're not at liberty. Or you don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it now, whatever. So we're looking like, yeah, but why? So now we can't control you. So I feel like they're doing whatever it takes stuff to kind of stop him. Because I was like, when do we come to a point of stuff where it's like legit everybody versus Drake? When I heard the Not Like Us, and I heard Mustard on the Beat, I was like, and then Kendrick said like Mustard on the Beat. I was like, does DJ Mustard not like Drake? I was like, imagine now you're looking like, yo, this guy has been used to like working with people all over.
Right.
Like 40 is his main hit maker, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the other dude from Toronto? Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boy Wonder and everything. Like, okay, he's Six God. Let's say every poppin' known producer from like, let's say Canada themselves will probably get at Drake and Drake say, yeah, that's fine. I'll buy the beat, I'll run it, and I'll do whatever and stuff, what I need to do and stuff on it.
Right.
Gotta build up home. Yeah. But Drake has take heed. Like we're talking about like Jail Beats, like damn near everybody and stuff, whatever, like Mustard and stuff as well.
If you were a mentioned producer, Drake has probably bought a beat from you.
Yes.
And rocked on it.
So now I look at stuff, if I'm Drake now and I'm looking like, okay, the Not Like Us track is what everybody's claiming that, whatever. And like this track is about me. Or what is it? A rap battle is two men writing poetries about each other. I had to say that. Yeah, until next time, Skeletor. But I look at stuff as where, boss, I bought shit from you. I was like, this guy made a beef track about me on shit. Do you not like me?
Yeah, but you know, in
you're gonna say business.
In Mustard's defense, right?
Let's hear this.
He could have, first of all, we don't know when Kendrick got a hold of those beats. Right. And what were the intentions for, right? Correct. So he could have bought them. He could have bought them from last year.
Sitting on them.
And been sitting on them. Right?
And then till this time and stuff, he's like, you know what, fuck it, you got use for it.
You know what? They're complaining that I ain't got no bops to make you move. That Mustard beat that I had something written for already, I'm just gonna spit something over it.
Yeah.
Right? If you've already bought that beat, I pretty much I have no say on what you do with it.
If I was Drake, I still can't fuck with you. Like if you're a mustard, because I look at it stuff as where
what Mustard should be doing is if that was the case,
clear his name.
I would have been like Drake, yo. I sent him a pack of I sent him a beat packs. I didn't know what he was gonna do.
I don't want no part in this. Yeah, but I sent him a pack.
Yeah.
We're still good.
We're still good. The fact that everybody shouts out my name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All my beats are tagged with Mustard on the beat, you know what I mean?
It's just, I just find it so, like, again, the party is the hip hop or the industry party, right?
Yeah.
And now everybody went from a point to like, yo, he's the life of the party. Tonight he's the problem. So that's why when like the Not Like Us, when that came out and stuff, it's like, yo, boss, like, yo, everyone is saying this. So it's kind of like, yo, but I came in at the party. I'm dapping everybody. I'm passing people drinks. Nice, make everybody feel welcome. Everybody good. And everything like that. Be like, what's the problem? That means you guys never liked me.
They never liked you.
And when the man made the track, like, I want to say, like, I can apologize to Drake and say it and stuff on the record. Like, yo, when they're like, no new friends or whatever, I'm like, this iterates your no new friends thing and stuff, whatever. Be like, I thought we were cool.
I said this to somebody. Friends for benefits is one of the realest things. Enemies for everything else is how a lot of people operate.
Enemies for everybody else.
Or for everything else.
Explain that.
Friends for benefits, right?
Okay.
So I need my record to go number one.
Okay.
I know you're the hit maker, right? I gotta be friendly to you in order to get you on my record to go number one.
Right.
I don't like you. But in order to do business, I gotta put on the fake smile. A lot of these guys been fake smiling with him for a long time because he was the hit maker.
That's very sad.
It is.
Like on a morale level, that's very bad because I look at it stuff as where if you don't like somebody, why fuck with them?
But again, though, it's
money, greed,
the nature of business. There's other. Think of all the countries.
So they chose, but they still chose money over integrity.
Yeah. Think of all the countries in the G7, right?
Yeah,
and all that.
Those summits.
They only like each other for benefits.
Agreed.
What each other can do for each other. But a lot of times, after that, they're enemies.
But I feel like even if we're going pertaining to the countries, before we get back to this Drake thing, even pertaining to the countries and stuff, whatever, you would think that there's some kind of alley-oop difference or like benefits in between. Because I look at it stuff as where I need your country and stuff to refine my oil.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You like my country and stuff, whatever, because how much money that we can bring in and stuff, whatever, to you guys and everything like that, whatever, right? If we do more low-level perks, and what I mean by this stuff is like, let's say like Canada, India.
Right.
Right? At a time, they were so good, like, was it the ICI bank and stuff and everything? Canada allowed a bank like that to be established and, like these are the extra perks.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it stuff as where it's still more like a more favor for favor kind of thing, but these extra underlying benefits kind of like, well, if you live here, you can have access to like ICI bank and stuff. These small little other perks and stuff. So it's not like beyond like, you only fuck with you on this global level because you make me bread.
Right.
If we're making smaller deals and stuff, we're making smaller other like allegiances or alliances on the way, along the way, I feel like it's not just money. I feel like there's some kind of bond we've probably established and stuff.
Yeah, there's gonna be and don't get me wrong, there's gonna be a few countries who are like that, right? But when I say G7, it's like 7 of them, and they all are smiling with each other. But not all 7 of them like each other, let's say equally then. You may be like buddy with two or three countries and just be like, okay, I like you because, or I'm gonna deal with you because you deal with my homeboy.
Oh, but I think that's a personal thing and stuff. Because I look at it as, would you like everybody the same way you would like me? right?
No,
Exactly.
no.
Exactly.
I wouldn't like everybody the same way I like you.
Exactly.
Right.
And I look at the stuff as where like you kind of earn, I have to earn my keep in your world.
Right.
So even like another country to country and stuff, whatever, what benefits can I throw your country, or much as what can we help out each other to say we fuck with each other more? Like I look at the stuff as where you have, look at the three amigos. Like you have Canada, US, and Mexico. Right? You got the three amigos and stuff, calling themselves the three amigos.
Yeah.
No matter what president or prime minister is in these seats.
Doesn't matter who's in the seats.
And they're still, like the three countries and stuff are still like,
yeah.
Right? And now when it comes like on the grander scale of things, whatever, they probably be like, yeah, like I know Trudeau at the time laughed at Trump when no one was fucking with Trump to like specific kind of G meetings and stuff like that. Cause Trump was like the butt of the jokes and stuff for a lot of people and stuff. They'd be like,
right.
But Trump just looked at him and stuff like, I'm sorry, you talking shit about me, Trudeau? You forget we have a three amigos thing? You're in violation of your fucking country right now, whatever, right?
Right.
And humble Trudeau, if he would have said some stuff like that, and vice versa. But I look at stuff as where, again, we have so many other underlining things and stuff that we have US products kind of coming over here like that, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some other countries don't even fuck with Skittles because Skittles has cancerous products and stuff in there.
Right.
But the Skittles in Canada.
Skittles in Canada.
The Skittles in America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like, we've gone past just the money mark for some things. Now back to Drake, I feel like, okay, I help make you this coin. If I'm Drake, I help make you this coin and stuff like that, whatever, right? So we should be one and done. So if we see each other's stuff, it's just to hail up and keep it pushing. Don't see me popping bottles over here with all the, sad to say this, Aubrey, but the young beautiful women.
Yeah.
Why you got the old tough turbits? I'm sorry. The Jamaican in me. The Jamaican in me. The well-seasoned, not too soft.
Not too soft.
You know, not too firm anymore.
Right.
Type of women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're over here doing the BIG with the young things. You're over there and stuff, whatever. And to be like, yo, can I hang? Can we hang?
Can we hang?
No. You established that this is just a holler for the dough.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so weird to me. Like, and I want to say it's weird to me because I look at the stuff as where, how do you teach a child or a young person who doesn't have, let's say, the ideology to realize how you would think a proper human being should perform and act at a specific age? So let's say, you know, like, yo, kid, you're probably doing this at 20 right now.
Right.
But at 50, you need to be doing things like this, and you're telling them the right things that to help them be the best human possible. But then you have this example stuff in their face because they're leading with this. They're looking like, everybody was dick riding Drake.
Yeah.
Everybody was dick riding Drake. And now they went from dick riding and stuff, whatever, to saying like his dick ain't shit.
Yeah.
When? How?
How?
Why is it just all now?
Yeah.
It's like it started from one person and then it went from like, I swear, it went from like, oh, Future clapped at Drake about over a chick. And then some chick, she even said it herself. She's like, ain't nobody fighting over me. Whatever they got going on, that's between them.
That's between them.
Whatever, right? Because again, Tammy Torres, who Weezy was knocking up before he went in.
Yeah.
And when he went in, Drake knocked down Tammy Torres.
Yeah.
Right? And then now, after that, you still got She Will. Let's say tracks-wise, whatever. Let's say you still got She Will. You got No Frauds, but him, Minaj, and stuff like that, all on there, stuff for these family tracks. I got Lil Wayne tattoo and stuff. The Lil Wayne tattoo wasn't there in the beginning.
No.
It wasn't there at Tammy Torres time, whatever, right?
Right.
It came there eventually.
Right.
It got there eventually and stuff for there. So like we've gone past this mark of whatever blemish, let's say, this woman we thought would have encroached on us and stuff, whatever, till like later, like, well, yeah, I'm still not over that. I'm not fucking with you and stuff to that level. I'm like, what is going on? Then you tell this kid and stuff, whatever, they're like, yeah, dad, no one liked Drake and stuff, whatever. And this, they were playing nice. And now this. So now I shouldn't like anybody because you don't know who to trust.
You don't know who to trust.
What do you tell the kid then? You be like, yeah, don't trust anybody. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, they have to trust people. You have to learn to trust people.
I don't think they believe, or I don't. I don't think they fathomed that Drake would be first this dominant.
Yeah.
Secondly, for this long. And I'm thinking like, now they're looking.
Oh, they thought you're thinking. I don't want to paraphrase, but correct me if I'm wrong. You think they thought he'd probably been like a one-hit wonder or a few bops and it's done.
A few bops, make his name. You know what I mean? Make a little name, right? Then drop down, and then somebody else come up and be that guy.
But Lil Wayne gave him the formula, and then he even took it to a whole nother level.
Right.
Like I want to say, we saw Weezy and stuff, whatever. Okay, I put Weezy in my top 5.
Right.
Right? And I look at stuff as where you had selfish rulers. Jay-Z was a selfish ruler.
Yeah.
Right? As like, let's say, leader of like the hip-hop game and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
He's charging people X amount of monkey amount of dollars.
Right.
I'll never forget the Slim Thug thing and stuff, whatever. What the heard of that? Slim Thug is like, yo, Jay-Z jumped on it and stuff. He's like, yo, Jay, can I use your verse for the thing? I want $100,000. He's like, nigga, I'm just starting out.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was a selfish ruler. But yet Drake would be, Lil Wayne to be like, yeah, I'll jump on your shit. Remember Smitty? I don't know if you remember Smitty. I'm saying it. Shout out to Smitty. If you're out there and you hear it. Diamonds on my neck, diamonds on my neck, smoking pounds of green.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard Lil Wayne on that remix, I was like, Smitty was actually a Dame Dash artist after the dissolution of Rockefeller Records.
Right.
Right? When I heard this Diamonds on My Neck track, whatever, it was produced by Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
But when I was looking at it and stuff, I was like, well, I'm assuming Twista was on the remix because Twista was a Rockefeller artist.
Right.
So to throw Dame a favor, or he probably fuck with Dame like that, whatever,
yeah.
I understand why he's on there.
Yeah.
Why is Weezy on here? When Jay-Z even said so on like, what is it? The Hey Mr. Carter track? He's like, I'm saying this to my young heir. Young Carter, go farther, go harder. So he's already claiming Lil Wayne like his own. He couldn't get Lil Wayne to sign a deal because Baby wouldn't let that shit pop off.
Right.
But Lil Wayne is still helping and going on everybody's track and help blessing them.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is one of his proteges. He mirrored the same thing that his leader showed him.
Right, right.
He just now expanded. Bitches love me because I'm a pop star. Yes.
Yeah.
He said
he's a pop star?
He said
he's a pop star.
He made a song.
Yes.
You get the points for it. You are right. You are right. Marvin is wrong. But I'm looking at stuff, it's like, yo, this guy has been there.
He's been there.
And this guy has been willing to help and participate to all the above. I want to know Block Boy JB with that 901, 305, look alive.
Yeah,
that shit has like a little bop to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking like, after Drake's verse, I was like, yo, this verse is kind of whack though. The guy, like, maybe Drake should just bought the whole track and keep it for his damn self, whatever, right?
Or lend him a writer.
The man's like, bitch, come through. You and you. I'ma bring Drizzy. He gonna fall through.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
You should have got Drizzy and Drizzy's writers. Should have asked for the Drizzy pack.
Couldn't afford it. But Drake probably even gave him like, the friends and family discount.
Yeah, might have given him.
And just kind of bless the people and stuff on it. And again, he's throwing so many alley-oops and stuff. And I'm looking at stuff, it's like, yo, it really doesn't pay to really be the Canadian that everybody expects you to be. Because they expect Canadian people to be super friendly.
Yeah.
He was super friendly. And then now you have all these American fuckers and stuff, whatever, treating him like shit.
I was asking this
until the XO Cash thing. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I was asking this question, and because a lot of people are saying, it's an American pride thing, and the hate is because
he's from Canada.
He's from Canada, right?
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, right? Because with the Tory situation, nobody really had no beef with Tory like that. But again, when the whole thing went down with Meg Thee Stallion, we seen a lot of people starting shit on Tory. The people that, we wouldn't think that, necessarily would have any business with Tory, shit on Tory. So my question is, if Tory was an American artist, right? Do you think he would have gotten as much flack as he did? Do you think he might have even got the sentencing that he did?
No. I don't think he would have got the sentences, and I don't think he would have got the flack. It is. I feel like it is a partial Canadian thing because it's kind of like, again, we allow you to come to the party.
Right.
Canada's known party and stuff, I want to say, would be rock. Right? Look how many rock groups and legends came out of Canada.
Yep.
Right? You left that party, or you didn't participate or want to go to that party, which is right there in your hood.
Right.
You want to drive over and come into our hood and come to our party and stuff like that, right? We're glad we're okay that you're here, but we need you to humble yourself.
Right.
I think Tory Lanez produced the energy that humility was not at the forefront.
Yes.
And I feel like now, I think for me, I think certain things start to shift for Drake. Or what I realized, like, you know, people don't like Drake is, I think when he got the Beatles tattoo with the walking.
With the walking, right.
With the walking and stuff, whatever. And then like, even like, the first person shooter, he's like, I'm one way from Michael, nigga, beat it, nigga. Not a lot of people can say that.
Not a lot of people can say that.
Not a lot of people can say that.
That's what I said. They didn't expect him to be this dominant.
Right.
For this long.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, you've now done this and stuff, whatever, right? We need you. We would like you. Yes, we know you came through and you won.
Yeah.
But we need you to humble yourself. We don't need you to flex on us too damn hard.
Right.
We allowed you to come to the party. So be grateful here and stuff, whatever you're flexing. And I think when he's now went to the party, dominated the party, everybody loves him, he's the life of the party, for him to say, I got bored of this party. I'm going to go to the dance electronic music. And honestly, never mind. So that's why when Kendrick said the whole thing like, oh, you had no buzz in the clubs, so that's why you went to Future. Right? But I'm looking like, no, the guy came to the party. He's like, I got bored of this party.
Yeah.
And it may honestly never mind.
Yeah.
And then that was it. I'm like, we didn't treat Beyonce that energy, but then again, Beyonce is from there.
Beyonce's from there.
Beyonce's from there. So
right.
Beyonce wants to jump from genre to genre and stuff, whatever. She's well respected and stuff enough. And I want to say, for the lack of most parts, Beyonce doesn't flex in her music compared to like a Drake would.
Right.
Like I want to say she might say some shit like, you know, of course there's $1 billion in the elevator. Shit will go down, there's $1 billion on the elevator and stuff, whatever, right? With her, Jay, and the Solange situation and stuff, whatever.
Yeah. These
flexes from Beyonce or like Diva, like a track like Diva, they don't come too often for Queen
Bee.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
For King Joffrey Drake?
Yeah.
He'll tell you like me and Virgil are the only ones that have this watch.
Yeah.
So it's a constant flex. So we're like, yo,
we allow you. But I mean, that comes with the territory though, because rap is a braggadocious sport.
True, but okay. Do you believe Jay-Z and stuff, whatever, with all the money and the funds, you know, Jay-Z has, it's still super braggadocious and stuff to that extent?
Not to that extent.
Even today.
No, not to that extent. But he's at the level where it doesn't take much. he knows like, listen, I'll just stunt on this one song, and I'll just maybe stunt a few lines. And y'all know that those few lines will just represent my stunting. Drake needs to understand that he's at a level where he doesn't always have to do what we're saying. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in front of people's face already. We know. Mm-hmm. Give us the one or two here and then go back to, you know, serenading the women.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta let us know you're this, you're that, you got this, you got that. Because you're right. It does breed jealousy.
Of course.
100% it breeds jealousy.
Of course. Because I look at it stuff as where on your street, you could probably have like, let's say, 10 millionaires.
Right.
They're not showcasing it. So it's not really catching your eye. Let's say the closest millionaire to you or next door or across the street, whatever, he might drive a Tesla. And that's the farthest extent of stuff they may go and everything like that. But then if you see them dollar-wise and stuff, they might be like, they could probably buy like a fleet of Teslas.
Yeah.
Right? It's not braggadocious in your eye hole.
Right.
I think everything that he does kind of now is braggadocious like in your eye hole. And it's becoming an eyesore to certain people.
Going back to the example with Tory Lanez, right? before the whole thing went down, right after I can't remember if he was, I don't know if he was officially signed to anything, but once that he had a few records that was left that would have closed off the deal. And then once he did that, he was strictly independent, right? And he would let you know every minute of the day, of the hour, that, yo, all this bread that you see me making, nobody is getting a cut out of it. And record labels is looking at,
hello, industry? Yeah, we got a not so humble Canadian here.
Right.
All right, we're going to target him.
Right.
Roger that. All right, bye. Click. Yeah. Yeah. It gets to that point.
It gets to that point.
Humility.
Humility. And then they just don't like us on top of it.
I at first I thought it was like a light skin thing.
You thought it was a light skin thing?
Because I heard Lil Wayne say it, and then I was like, yeah, you're right. But then I looked at it, so I was like, no, it's not really like a light skin thing and stuff for there. But then, because even like with Ross calling him white boy, and they're questioning his validity and stuff, whatever, with his mom and stuff and everything like that, being mixed race and stuff. To me, I look at it stuff as, we come back to this point where we're saying like hip hop isn't inviting.
No.
So hip hop isn't inviting and stuff like that, whatever. So like, why would you want to stay in a landscape and stuff that doesn't like you, or they're not inviting you, or they don't cater to you? The biggest thing, a line one friend told me, like, go where you love.
Go where you love.
When Drake was saying he's going to take a hiatus or take some time off and stuff for mental health and everything like that, and you realize that like, wow, look how many people turned against you. Maybe this might not be the landscape for you. But you said his core fans, make everything to those core fans and just ignore the rest. Don't go to these other parties. Don't import the women. Make them sign these NDAs.
Yeah.
These NDAs are getting scary too with these young chicks and stuff. Okay, let's talk about this Cash thing.
Okay.
So this Cash XO stuff, whatever, right? Do you believe it's a stan that shot Drake's security guard in the bridle path? Or do you believe it was remnants of this XO Cash thing?
I think it's an XO Cash thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. A lot of people and stuff, whatever, just feel like a stan or this Kendrick beef went that far.
Yeah.
But prior to the diss tracks, these things tend to happen and stuff, right? And I think because we're from here, we have more of a like boots to the ground compared to like somebody's like, telling you how Canada is and stuff, whatever.
Right.
When they're not from here.
Right.
I think, everywhere has kind of landscape. That's why when you go to these places, you should act accordingly.
Right.
I do believe that pertain to like that situation with people having money and people can hire certain type of things. We talked about power and forgiveness and stuff like that, whatever. True forgiveness is when you do have power.
Right.
And you choose not to do anything and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah.
That's true forgiveness.
Right.
And if you have no power, you can't forgive. You got to forget. So I look at it stuff as where the Weeknd's camp or even his management has bread. The Weeknd is not no walk-on act.
Nope.
He is our day of the proper Michael Jackson with the drug content.
Yeah. And he's Canadian.
Oh, you see how humble he is, though? You see how far he can traject?
Canadian.
Humility.
But then again, he's not in that braggadocious arena. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to portray himself any way like that. He R&B just croon all day. Very true. But I feel like Weeknd has that soulful kind of voice and talent. He's a talented individual that it's not a problem for him to jump on a hip hop track. Yeah.
And still body it with just his singing aspect and stuff, right? Yeah. And the shit he'll say, like, in certain tracks, they don't come off as braggadocious. Not every time and stuff, whatever. But like I said, the women content and stuff, whatever, I'm for it. The drugs, not so much, but he just makes it seem like,
He sexifies it?
Yeah.
He does sexify it.
Yeah. You're like, hey, shit, you do cocaine off a tit?
I'm with you.
but I love it.
Like, yo, this is a bop. Wait, you talking about cocaine?
I don't know. I can't feel my face. This is what I'm saying. I feel like if this humility aspect was practiced, it would be a different landscape and stuff.
It would be a different landscape.
But you have Weeknd's peoples who have money, and then Drake's peoples who have money. And this situation, I feel like, I don't know. Would that bring the property value down for the houses in the bridle path? Because now area is now a crime spot, or you need more incidents?
You need more incidents. What it might do, though, is make the residents consider moving out.
So you might be able to buy a house next to Drake next year?
And if the residents move out, that might drop the property value.
So I can get a big-ass house not too far from Drake?
You might.
I don't want to promote some stuff, but if some things that's going to happen again...
Shoot them up!
Who's descending into the darkness now? Tug, come back up.
Okay.
We know. We just can't say it out loud. We can't say it in front of the cameras and the microphones. We can have this evil, I call it my evil Walmart moments. Because I always feel like it's an evil Walmart moment when, like, the fact that Walmart asks people for donations. You're a $1 billion company. The fuck you want with my extra money? This is an evil thought. Like, let us do this. So this will be our tax write-off. Or Mr. Burns like, excellent. So I feel like this situation would change that landscape in that area. Definitely shape some things and stuff within the city itself.
Well, I mean,
drastically. Go ahead.
I mean, because Drake made a post who was complaining about CP24 flying over his...
Like people can't sleep. We live here.
I can't sleep. Imagine how pissed off his neighbors have got to be.
Yeah.
It's like, the shooting was one thing, but now, like...
What if they were racist and they didn't play Mario Kart? They're just that kind of racist. And then they just hit you off with the like, yeah, we let one rapper in this area and stuff, whatever, and now look at this. Now we can't sleep. Now we can't get peace. Yeah. I can't drive in my driveway and stuff without CP24 everywhere and all the above. It's not a gated community, so I want to say like they can't really like, you know.
Have you ever been on the bridle path?
I did. Like way back when, I think before Drake did what he did, like buying the house.
Yeah.
I think it was more so when somebody was taking me around and we were leaving Sunnybrook.
Okay.
And they're like, this is Prince's house when Prince was alive.
When Prince was, yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, Prince got a house here? They're like, yeah. Most of his claim to fame was kind of like the Toronto, Canada, Buffalo neck of the woods and stuff, whatever, right? And I was like, oh shit, didn't know. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time I actually was over there.
Yeah.
If I probably... No, I know where the fuck I'm going and stuff, whatever now.
Yeah.
But I don't really go over there because I don't really have a purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been there.
I remember one time the company that I used to work for, they were on the street Marley, which is not too far from the area.
Marley?
Yeah.
Marley goes way out there?
So Marley doesn't go out there, but it's not that far from the area. And when we were moving from Marley, it was like to get to the new spot, the cut through bridle path made it shorter.
Gotcha.
So we would drive through bridle path to get to where we needed.
Because you guys were in like Scarberia and stuff, whatever. Right. Okay. Right.
So we would cut through bridle path to get to wherever we needed to go, and just driving like it's like. You know you're somewhere different when you start hitting cobblestone roads.
Confirm.
Yeah. So, and it was one of those things where I'm shocked that it's not like more of a gated community. It's an easy access.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm worth that much money and my house is, in the millions of dollars,
mm-hmm.
I think I'd probably want like that area to be gated for some reason.
Me too.
Because now if it's gated, shit like that doesn't happen that easy.
Very true. I would want, if I'm flexing to that level, I would want a gated community.
Yeah.
I would want. I think if I wasn't, and I just made my money in the cut like that, whatever, then you can do that. Right? But it's very unfortunate. Like, I want to say to the security guard that was just doing their job to get shot, and you're looking like, yo, you didn't sign up for this. You just signed up to like just, do your job.
Right.
And somebody at work said it's like, oh, it's part of like, the problem and shit like that, or part of you doing your job and stuff, whatever, right? So I'm like, I said, well, I told him you work for our company.
Yeah.
And what if like something and stuff, like a hazard just falls down and stuff and kind of fucks you up and kind of changes your world? And if somebody looks at you like, oh, it's part of you doing your job at that place at that time and stuff, whatever, just part of it. No, it doesn't make it right any space, shape, or form.
Listen, I'm going to tell you that I'm a security guard at Drake's house. The most I'm looking at is like maybe one or two rowdy girls, right? And a crazed fan. I'm in bridle path. I'm not expecting this bridle path to be shot up.
Yes, sir.
That's the last thing that's on my mind. I feel like I got the most securest job as a security guard watching Drake's house.
My final question and stuff to you pertaining to this is, do you feel like Drake is the problem to the industry, or is the industry the problem, causing problems and stuff for Drake?
I don't think Drake is the problem to the industry.
Okay.
Right? And I'm kind of leaning towards your theory that, they just want him out of that spot now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I truly think that's what it is. They really just want him out of that spot now.
Now we're going to have campaigns and stuff like why they treat Drake this bad. I mean, but those campaigns have already been there.
Yeah.
I think over a period of time and stuff, like with the young girl allegations and stuff like that. I'm so funny. I'm glad I kind of actually got that off my chest with the whole Michael thing last week, with last week's episode stuff with Michael, because it's kind of like, okay, you're rich and you have fuck you money to do whatever you want to do, right? What do you have around you? You have around you the things you desire.
Yeah.
So if he's having young girls and all the above around him and stuff like that, this is what he desires.
And guess what? He's not the only rich man who does that.
No, he's not. But I think he's always just he's going to be the call, because the spotlight and everything and stuff is on him. And I guess he's quote unquote might be the villain of the week.
Right.
Next to Metro Booming.
Yeah.
Because Metro Grooming is like, yo, geez. Like,
ouch.
I think it's wild where like I saw some influencer talking to a streamer.
Okay.
And she was saying something about like pertaining to like Drake and everything. And she's like, I'm not liable to say that outside the courts. So the guy's like, my face dropped. I'm like, is there an NDA?
NDA.
And he's like, you're 17, right? He even said like, yo, how old are you again? She's like, 17. I was like, I don't like that. And he's like, well, what about the father? She's like, I'm not liable to say anything outside the courts. When she kept iterating that, I was like, yo, y'all gotta pick a better landscape to bang women on. I'm just saying, not saying they did anything.
Right.
But I look at the stuff as where, yes, they idolize, they worship, and all the above. And yes, as older men, they kind of like a younger, firmer thing compared to like I'm pretty sure not every woman in your age and stuff, whatever, or your age bracket has the kind of bodies that you would say, I fucked the shit out of her with that body.
Nah, they got the moms.
Don't disrespect moms like that on Mother's Day.
They got the moms bod. You know, I got a dad bod.
You think you got a dad bod?
I got a dad bod.
You got a dad bod?
You get in there. But there's nothing wrong with that, though.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think the thing is stuff is that, again, you and I are probably chasing levels of contentment.
Right.
When then happiness would be like, yo, you need to have the bigger, better, and all the above. It's not like you're happy and you're okay with where your world and stuff is and all the things that what your world can produce.
Yeah.
And if somebody's looking for bigger, better, and stuff like that, whatever, if you're comparing and stuff, it'd be like, okay, your wife is 40-something, my wife is 40-something and stuff. And if I'm that happiness type of person and stuff, it'd be like, yo, geez, how does your wife get this awesome body? Oh, she does Pilates. Hey, maybe you should go do some Pilates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a competition thing because they're trying to chase this happiness and think that if my wife has this banging body like your wife has, whatever, maybe people might look at me more, something might come from it. But they're chasing like emptiness.
Yeah.
Right? I look at it as stuff as where I really do really and truly feel bad for the folk that really cannot just grasp the contentment thing. Because I look at it stuff as, and this is even to like I said, to wrap it up on the Drake side.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick Lamar was at a level of contentment because this is the reason why he didn't need to mass produce music or do it to that level.
Right. No,
Still considered.
He did it when he felt like doing it.
Contentment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not doing it for anybody. Like I said,
no other reason.
Me or myself or something. I've said it in like episodes way back when during the pandemic time, looking like, yo, where's Kendrick Lamar? Wagwan. I'm not hearing a single thing. I hear No Name calling him out.
Right.
And Cole.
Right.
And Cole was the one that addressed her.
Right.
With the Snow on the Bluffs track. So I look at it stuff as like, yeah, the man's like, no, I'll do it when I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
If you're chasing and trying to compete and stuff like that, whatever, then constantly.
Constant.
I think certain people and stuff, they come to this point now to realize that they ain't got to do it, you know? Shout out to Cole. Like, he's just looking at like, yo, I don't got to participate in this shit.
Right.
And I choose not to participate in this shit. And Cole shit will still sell.
It's still so.
Because I think Cole fans and stuff are not really the happiness thing. I think they're just core fans of Cole and what he already has done.
Yeah.
And the trenches people, like the lyrical pit or the Den of the Wolves, can respect the pen game. And then your pop culture people and stuff closer to the surface and stuff are looking at stuff as like, he has a likable demeanor, and much as he's on damn near every other body's like song.
Right.
Where we can see like, if I'm gonna dabble into that rap world, I will start there.
He's the humble Drake.
Okay, I say that, but I don't like the wording.
You don't like the wording? You get what I mean.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
You get what I mean.
Because they're both their own. They're two great men on their own, right?
Right.
But I look at it stuff as like the levels of how they're doing it because they can do it.
Yeah.
Right. So,
what do you think of all this sideline stuff?
What sideline stuff?
Right, because again, like with the whole Drake, the 20 versus 1, all these people jumped in the arena where, because I mean, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing about Rick Ross. I don't know what the beef was, what Rick Ross had with him, that he felt like he had to jump in the arena.
Oh, that. I don't know. But the fake love,
the fake love, and
the fake love that you were talking about.
And you think Rick just wanted? He's seen a chance to get a piece of the limelight. So we seen Simba do it, and now we see the game out of nowhere jump on Ross. And I'm like, game, you were quiet just a while ago. Why are you jumping on Ross for? I don't even know what their beef is about. But you feel like you need now to get, this is a recognition thing time that's happening. You want to get part of this recognition.
There's dollars to be made. There's definitely dollars to be made.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying last week, that rap beef is commercial now. Hip hop is commercial.
Yeah.
Everybody's taking advantage of it.
I do like the fact that I think Kendrick Lamar did remove most of the copyright stuff for like these newer beef tracks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like everybody can eat, even to like to the streamers and to like people like us, we can use his shit and stuff, whatever.
Right.
On some type of things and stuff for this limited time. And I think there's money to be made.
Right.
There's always constantly money to be made or whatever, right? And I think even if you don't really like a person and stuff now, 2024 is the year of exposures. So it's kind of like, yeah, well, fuck it. I really don't need to say I like you anymore because you're not probably doing anything beneficial for me. So it comes off of stuff like that. Because I want to say the Jesus Peace track with Rick Ross, it was on Games album. You look at stuff and you hear that track, I'm like, yo, they both go well on that track. Yeah. And then now you have, this whole game piece and stuff, whatever. No, I think there's money to be made and stuff to attach yourself to something that's not that big.
Right.
Or not that big for you.
Right.
I think Ross's aspect and stuff is Ross, for myself, hasn't won me over since the D1 thing. When D1 made his comments and stuff like that, whatever, I'm like, yeah, you've been in the game for over 10 years and stuff, whatever. Your content should change.
But we speak about, even before D mentioned that, we spoke about that.
Of course.
Right? We're like,
of course. And
if you're not elevating with your tandem, what exactly are you doing?
And this is part of the reason why, like, for myself, like, I'm not like a diehard Drake fan.
Right.
Right? Because I look at it stuff as where whenever I do dabble back into, like, say, like, okay, this is Drake, whatever, right? Like, was it Certified Lover Boy? When I heard tracks from Certified Lover Boy and stuff, and I'm like, this is regular Drake from the previous album and from the previous albums and stuff that before. I think the one with the baby thing, whatever, not Take Care. The with the blue background, and like a photo of him.
Clouds with the clouds.
Yeah.
Oh,
nothing was the same or something like that. I think that's what it's called, right?
I think it was that. Or everything was not the same. Or it's something
along that.
It was
that
like a
album,
paragraph.
Yeah,
his name the paragraph.
Yeah, that album and stuff. I felt like that was a growth and maturity thing to, like, I guess him embracing the fame and embracing like where he is and stuff like that, and understanding some things that can't be done the same, right?
Right.
And I felt like the albums after that just been more replicas of just that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at stuff like, for me, it doesn't really take over. Like when they had, I think, Certified Lover Boy, and I think Donda came out. I feel like the people in our age and demographic level will fuck with Donda heavy.
Yes.
Because it was more pertaining to like our world and our understanding and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Like obviously some people are finding God and all that type of stuff, but Drake is still partying, still popping bottles and everything like that. And again, I said Drake is 2 years younger than me. I just turned 39.
Right.
I think Drake could be 37 and stuff sometime this year, or if not, he might be turning 38. I'm not too sure. But I look at it stuff as where you've been in the game for over 10 years and stuff, whatever. When does your games tend to evolve? Right? I want to say your lyrical content and stuff, whatever, for certain type of things, you don't have to prove you're tough. Toughness didn't get you where you are.
No.
Right? So there's some kind of growth that should have taken place lyrically with like certain people that has not. And quite frankly, I think for, like you were saying, like, hip hop is commercial. In order to put extra coin in your pocket, maybe a beef is necessary, especially when you ain't got shit else to do. When you got nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar dropped that album and stuff, 2022?
Mm-hmm.
The Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. What else has he been doing since?
Since then, yeah.
So, that part. Everybody's a problem. Bad things happen to everybody. Yo,
them damn Canadians.
Yo, why is victimhood so attractive to some people? Like, it's always like, you got to understand what happened to me, and you're not sensitive to like what happened to me or my situation.
Yeah.
And if other people can relate, and now they're looking at you and stuff like, you're not your average. You're just an asshole. You don't understand what Marv is going through.
And I think that's why it's so attractive right now.
Because it rallies.
Because the platform, you can now display it on the platform, and you can find the people like me who are saying, no, Marv, you're not rocking with this person how you should be rocking. When before, it'd have been like, I could play the victim, but if I can only play it to you and you don't care, what sense does it make? But now that I have all these people who I can play victim to, some of them might not even know you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So my story comes off as 100%. oh, that guy Marv, he's a freaking, he's an asshole. So, yeah, I'll play victim right now and get as much sympathy as I could possibly garnish.
I work with a guy where nepotism is the reason where he is.
Right.
Right. I don't want to throw dirt on his like education, but I want to say anybody off the street,
right,
with a high school diploma,
right,
can do his job.
Okay.
Right? So I don't want to say you need to go to school for set thing.
To
be qualified
or
anything to get his job.
Yeah.
When certain new events and stuff took place,
right,
the man shut down, got emotional, caught temper tantrums, and this man is over the age of 50. Right? And I looked at stuff, I was like, the asshole in me.
Yeah.
In my head, I swore I said, one time I even thought I said it out loud. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, my outside thoughts come out. You know me. My intrusive thoughts are always just right there. Yes. I said, like, I looked because other people saw my face. They were looking at me. They're like, oh shit. Mars gonna blow.
See, and I'm not the only person.
People would know. And I look, whatever, because I wear my my clothes so you can see it. And I was like, in my head, I was like, yo, pull your skirt down, your thong is showing.
Yeah.
Right? But I looked at it and stuff, as like, we are in the same boat. The same issues that you're talking about. You can't find things are confusing to you and stuff, whatever. What makes you better than us? Why are we not losing our composure like you are? The man said, well, I must be the most stupid one in here and stuff, whatever. So I said, if you feel like that, what are we supposed to do with that situation?
Right.
Right? I wanted to be careful and concise with my words.
Right.
For my position.
Right.
And what can be used against me, because I got spoken to by a union rep. They're like, you want me to grieve you, Marv? Like, yo, Marv, don't make me grieve you. Don't make me file a grievance against you. Right? So I want to be tactful with the shit that I say.
That you say.
At work, especially.
Yeah.
And I sat there and stuff and I said, you're not a victim to your circumstance. You choose to look oppressed or to feel oppressed.
Right.
In this situation and stuff, whatever, where I don't say it's equal.
Yeah.
But I want to say there's equity here. We're to know for a fact that some people can get it better than others. And if not, there's tools to help bring you to the level.
Yeah.
But then in the world we live in stuff, whatever, victimhood is always, like, I want to say, let's say, for example, and people will come for me, again, the asshole that I am and stuff, whatever. Like, if somebody's been through something traumatic,
yeah,
I want to say, we've come to a point of stuff where we're trying to make everything equal on trauma when it's not. Like, I look at it stuff, if you've been in a situation where, hell, you've been in a car accident and jaws of life had to be used to remove you from a car.
Right.
Do you think that trauma that you got from that moment is equivalent to somebody going to war and where they're seeing bullets and shells like flying past their head?
Oh.
But yet and still, the common wording we would use
is trauma.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
No, one is shell shock. And one is like, yeah, like a moment in time and stuff like that, whatever. Where, like, think about how many days of the year you're getting behind a wheel.
Right.
And how many times does this situation happen to you when if somebody's going to war, they should expect bullet shells and fragments and all this type of stuff to go past them and say they're on duty or on that tour for 180 days.
Right. Yeah.
They are not the same trauma.
No, it's not the same trauma at all.
But yet it's still the person and stuff. You're like, I've been in a car accident where they use the jaws of life to remove me and stuff, whatever. I just can't drive anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Grow the fuck up. Get some therapy. Deal with your shit. But we live in times, and shout out to RIP, I'm about to say shout out. RIP to George Carlin. George Carlin,
man.
Yeah, George Carlin. I remember he had a thing.
Most truthful comedians out there.
Oh my gosh, he had one about soft language and everything like long time ago.
Yeah,
and I never forget it. Whatever. I think he did bring up the shell shock thing in that whole talk, and I was like, yeah, you can't say somebody's stupid no more because they do stupid things. They have a learning disability.
Learning disability. Yeah.
This is what we're going to.
It sounds so stupid.
Should I just put on a black short sleeve shirt and call myself the Black George Carlin or something out here?
Call yourself the Black George Carlin.
Because I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, we keep using these words and these languages and like, again, we're using these things to kind of cover up what it is.
Right.
Instead of dealing with it because everybody's a victim.
And a lot of people want to be coddled.
I want a soft life, but I'm not a victim. Like, yo, coddle me with a check. But I can understand if I do wrong and I have to accept it.
Going back to the example that you were given with the coworker.
Yeah.
And I think it just goes back to the nepotism thing. You know what I mean? When somebody was there to pamper him,
the coddlement was there.
And he never worried about anything.
His mom was a manager.
So he definitely didn't worry about it.
His mom was a manager. His siblings worked there as well.
Right.
Like I think his siblings and stuff worked there and stuff as well. So mom was a manager. Mom got all her kids working there.
Right.
Mom has come, gone, retired, and even passed on and stuff, whatever.
Right.
And moving like in the spirit world.
And while she was there in your job, you could do no wrong. While she's not there, you got to show and prove now. He's not used to show and proving. So guess what? This is where the victim mentality comes out.
Bomba clot. Okay, let me ask you this one more thing, and then we'll move on. From your circumstances that you've been in throughout life, just general aspects of like certain situations, do you consider yourself the victor or the oppressed? For majority of them.
For the majority of them, the victor.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. If you've been pulled out, like you've been dealt with wrongfully with racist cops,
right?
Do you feel like you're the victor in that situation or you're the oppressed?
In that situation, I was the oppressed.
You're the oppressed.
Yeah.
I want to say in the situation and stuff, let's say you had beef with like, I don't know, let's say you're at beef or odds and stuff with a person like myself.
Right.
And everything like that. And you're like, you know what? I choose not to dumb myself down to your standards, Marv. I'm not going to go operate on your level and stuff. But do you consider yourself... Because you know my voice can get louder. You know I can project something even further past yours and stuff like that, but you choose not to participate.
Right.
Do you consider yourself a victor or do you consider yourself you're oppressed? Because I don't want to say like battle of voices, maybe I might win, maybe you might win.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Victor, oppressed.
I would think in a situation like that, I would probably be oppressed.
Oppressed.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like a good portion of the people, I'm not putting you in the victimhood category.
No.
But I feel like a good portion of people and stuff, whatever, is that they've acquired not enough wins. So since they have a good portion of loss, or they're focusing on the losses, I feel like it's better to go with the title victimhood, so they can now get the support to possibly be a victor.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's why we've seen it more in this day and age, because there's the support that's out there that they now can tap into where it wasn't like that before.
You think we can never go back to a world and stuff where like certain supports for certain things, or like, no, we can't expect like the AI shit we were talking about the other day.
Right.
We can't go back to a world without AI.
No.
So do you think we could ever go back to a world of stuff without, let's say, victimhood supporters for specific kind of causes?
No.
There's always going to be like an activist. There's always going to be a fighter out there fighting for somebody's silence.
For somebody's silence.
No one, you don't think that's strange or odd that if you've been through something, you should fight for your own right or for your own thing? I'm okay with like getting the signatures and rallying the troops.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where that's doing something more to attest for you to get more victories than possible losses,
right?
Or oppressed situations and stuff, to be like, I lost like this. Hove did that. Hopefully you won't have to go through that.
And I'm not saying that you can't rally the troops, right?
Right.
But at the same time, if the troops are not there, you gotta be willing to fight your own battle.
Fair.
You gotta be willing to fight your own battle. And be satisfied with the outcome too, because you may not be victorious, but you gotta be willing to fight.
And not everybody's willing to.
And not everybody's willing to.
It's real.
But majority would rather be the victim than to fight.
Yeah. Majority, I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fight for mine because I look at it stuff as where I see people like in my department will come to me and say like, yo, you should speak up for us to do that. I'm like, that shit got nothing to do with me. You have a voice box the same way I got. That's a you fight.
I remember the time. It's funny you should say that because I remember the time when I was working for the specific company. I ain't gonna say no names because they ain't cut no checks yet. And I was driving one of those. It's I can't remember exactly what the machine's called, but it drives down the aisles in between the racks, right? Mm-hmm. And then so we were just mainly pulling boxes from the racks and putting it on our truck that drove down the aisles, right? Okay. Now, these things, how they work is it's like a drive-by wire. So the in between, straight down the middle of the racks, there's a wire that these machines lock onto. Once they lock on, they can't veer to the right. They can't veer to the left. They just go straight down the course, right? Now, you still have to, with that being said, you still have to have some form of caution, right?
Okay.
So now, the way how these boxes are set up, they're set up on levels. The very lowest level is at the bottom right where the truck is. So where you stand, there's a rack right beside there, right?
Okay.
The barcode is on the bottom. Now you got to scan the barcode, right? If you're right beside the box that you need and you're on your truck, the barcode itself sits between the bar and the truck. You got to put your hand in between.
Right.
To scan it.
Possibly get your hand fucked up.
Possibly get your hand fucked up.
Right.
Right? So one day I'm driving now and I'm scanning and I'm saying, wait a sec.
This feels unsafe.
This feels like super unsafe. And I'm thinking to myself, but wait a sec. How come
you just got here?
I just got here.
And everybody been doing this for eons.
Right.
And no one claimed that it wasn't unsafe.
No one claimed that it was unsafe.
All right.
So now we have a meeting coming up now, right? And so it was one of those, you know, the yearly meeting, everybody sits down and we all sit down and talk. They give us the forecast and all that stuff. Then they ask us.
Any questions?
Any way we can go.
And then you jump up.
So now I go, hey, do you realize that having that barcode on that bottom rack, that's a potential hazard? So now the engineers are sitting up now, and they're thinking in their head and they're saying to themselves, holy shit, the amount of lawsuits that could possibly happen if someone loses a friggin' hand.
But then the other assholes have been doing the job for eons.
And not saying anything.
They're like, yeah, you spoke up for us.
Everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like,
you could have said it.
Motherfuckers, all of you thought this and never said a thing?
Welcome to victimhood, my friend. That's it.
So now exactly what you said now.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at me now. Oh, you know, you should say this. Or you should say that. I'm like, motherfucker, I only said that shit because I'm worried about my hand.
It's your problem. You're dealing with your problem.
Shit, y'all been driving around how many times not worrying about your damn hand?
When it's your problem, you deal with the problem. If you choose not to and stuff for that, that's all on you.
On you.
Straight like that. Oh my gosh. Let's remove victimhood.
Please.
Fight your own damn battles.
Please.
And fight to the fullest extent. And if you don't feel you're strong enough to fight your battle, get the therapy, seek therapy, and seek love and support. then go back to the fight.
Yeah.
Use it as like your intermission in between the boxing match.
And like I'm not saying, and like we're saying, it's not, we're not saying that you can't rally the troops because it may be something that is important for everybody. But guess what? Don't rally the troops and then sit back and then let the troops handle the fight.
No. They're not doing that. I think the people and stuff what they're doing and stuff is they're waiting for somebody else to speak up. They're like, yeah, that's right. So now they can get behind it and stuff. And then they're like, so when that person's comparing their story and stuff, whatever, like, this is the reason why I called it out. Then they'd be like, yeah, it almost happened to me way back when. Fucker, why you ain't say something way back when? When it happened.
If you had said something way back when, I wouldn't be saying something now.
Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. But they didn't. It's disgusting. Let's get to the question of the week, man. Let's get ready to slide.
Question of the week.
Question of the week says, could an adult be too old to change?
Some. I don't think I think there's a few that again love learning and like to be correct. So if they can be corrected, they'll take the correction.
Okay, so let me ask you this now, and I'm picking on you now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have directions or instructions to do something and stuff like that, do you do it? Do you do it by the instructions, or do you go by how you feel? Because let's say in your culture or your world, your upbringing, the things you've seen and stuff, whatever, it's kind of like, yeah, they told me to make a scrambled egg like this.
Right.
But you have your own version of stuff and you kind of like it, whatever. But then you're realizing like your scrambled eggs don't come out like how you see the shit look like on TV.
Yeah.
And maybe because you did your own thing and stuff, whatever, why you got a different result.
Yeah.
Right? Would you be so inclined to change because you've been making scrambled eggs all these freaking years now or decades now to say you're going to try something new?
No, I'll try something new.
That's good.
Yeah. I'll especially if it's better. Again, I'm always looking to improve myself.
Shout out to Aki Ice Cream. And that's like part of it because I realized the stuff that like, you know, some people and stuff in adulthood, they got to a point and stuff that they look like, I know what I know, fuck it. And they refuse to do anything that could change the trajectory of their world or their mine's like a parachute. It works better when it's open.
Yeah.
But I realized stuff for myself aging as I go along. I'm always willing to like for my mind to be changed. Right. For me to see another side.
Yeah.
That's why maybe I'm able to play devil's advocate so often. Because I'm looking at stuff like I was once this way. I saw it this way. It's not hard for me to have an understanding to be like, you know what? Let me try something new.
Yeah.
Right? Because I look at it stuff as where so many people like, all right, I have a friend and stuff, whatever. And like you might know what I'm talking about if I say placebo. So exactly. So shout out to a friend and stuff, whatever. If you know you always say placebo. Like I probably have some other friends who might listen to this episode, might be like, who the fuck is placebo? But like, again, like set friend and stuff, whatever. I was like, you know what? You're doing things your way. Right? Why don't you try and do things the way by the directions or what you were told?
Right.
Right? And his take on stuff was like, well, for PG-13 purposes, let's just say, he just basically said, the people who made set product or gave set product don't know what they're talking about. It went racist. It went to this other country made it. They don't know what the fuck is what the fuck. A whole bunch of other shit came into play. And I was like, but boss, just follow the instructions that they gave you.
Shout out to my wife. She might kill me for this one, but my kids like my pancakes better than they like my wife's pancakes.
Why?
Right? You know my wife, she likes to freestyle everything.
Right.
Right? You know I'm by the book person, right? So when I make pancakes, I'm following the exact directions on the box. So when they come out
picture perfect.
Picture perfect, light and fluffy, just like how they're supposed to come out.
She want to add more shit, remix this.
Right.
And they're like, why are my pancakes not coming out like the box? Again. and be like, hey, adult. We're not picking on your wife. We're like, hey, adult. You've been doing it that remix way for the longest. Why not try a new way, like the instructional way that you're intended to do?
She'll ask me, why do your pancakes smell? I go, well, because I follow the instructions. I ain't got no time for that. Your pancakes are gonna be your pancakes.
I'm done talking. That's exactly what the hell I'm talking about. That's exactly what the hell I'm talking
about.
Your
pancakes are gonna be your pancakes.
My goodness.
You can't freestyle. You're a machine and she's an amazing cook, but you can't freestyle
baking. Everything. Yeah, like especially baking and stuff. But not everything is worth freestyle. You need to go by the instruction.
Right.
You need to go by how it was intended to give it to you and stuff for that, right? But they're not seeing that.
Yeah.
They're not seeing that. And I think hence like that's where I'm saying and stuff for them, like, yo, some adults might be too old to change because you're even trying to tell them that now. They were like, I've got this far in my life. Nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, it's wrong and strong.
Wrong and strong. Wrong and strong.
All right.
Let's
get to the Ask the Sons and stuff and get ready to shut your slide. First Ask the Sons comes from 7 Phoenix 7. Does the cost of a wedding ring matter to you?
I don't think it costs it. I don't think it matters to any male. It doesn't matter to me. I don't think it matters to any male.
Really?
Yeah. I think it matters more to the actual woman who is receiving the wedding ring. Yeah.
I think you're wrong on that.
You think I'm wrong on it?
Yeah, because I feel like I have a lot of friends. I've seen a friend pick up a married woman, which is wrong. We're not condoning cheating.
We're not condoning. Yeah.
But I seen a friend pick up a married woman, and the first thing he said to her and stuff, and once he realized she's married and saw how big the ring was, he's like, your man don't love you. If you were mine, I'd give you a bigger rock.
No. But that just sounds like a dirty Mac tactic to me.
It is, but then that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, like that is like the cost though, right? Because like if you get like a speckle.
Yeah.
Can I say a speckle?
Yeah.
I think it's synonymous. It should be synonymous to like your income, your world, like, you know.
It should be, right.
But then, again, yes, the women would say some things and stuff, whatever, but I feel like for some men, or just some people and stuff in general, some women look at it as like, where their diamond at? And it matters to them and stuff, whatever, right? And then I look at some dudes and stuff like, would think the same thing, because when he said it to the woman, me, I turned nosy my damn self.
You looked really
because I'm looking stuff. I was looking like, I'm like, yeah, she's attractive and stuff like that, whatever. I'm like, yo, she said she's married. Get off of it, whatever, right? And he's like, your man don't love you like that. And the way he's talking to her and stuff like that, I'm looking like, I'm ignoring the conversation they're having. I'm just trying to look at her hand. I was like, I want to see this shit with it. I looked at it, I was like, no, at the time I had when I was wearing earrings, I'm like, my earring rock was probably was bigger than that. So I look at it, so I was like, holy shnikes. I was like, I can't do that to my woman in the future.
But there's the thing, right? It's like, it's the judgment that we put upon it, right? Because who's to say that her husband didn't want to buy her a bigger ring, and she was like, "Nah, we could again put it to something more useful. Like we want to buy a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about we just get something that can go on my finger, and then the money that you would have spent, we put towards mortgage, or we put towards something like that."
If that was the case, then why didn't my friend get her phone number and she ended up cheating on her husband?
Because his dirty macking worked.
So it's the quality of the woman that allowed the dirty macking. All right. Fair. Yikes. I was like, you clapped that? He's like, yeah. You see that little pebble he gave her and everything like that? He's like, he took her shopping one time and stuff, whatever.
Right.
She's like, yo, she threw it up like a dress on prom night. I was like, awful. But real. Next question comes from KillWiz. What's the dumbest excuse you've heard for someone cheating?
You weren't paying me no attention.
That a woman said that? I see it. It's not that dumb to me because I feel like I don't know what all women want yet. I'm getting there.
Right.
I'm getting there.
You getting there?
But I feel like all women require attention, affection, and appreciation.
Yeah.
So I think if you're not paying me any attention, they require attention. Like how cats, like, you know, cats will just like, you know, think about it. Your cat might look at you and stuff and not give a fuck about you. Then other times they'll be like, pay me attention. And you have to stop what you're doing and stuff for that. And I feel like to a person that might be married to a woman like that,
right?
We have other pressing things to kind of take care of and stuff for that. I'm sorry I can't delegate the time. And then now you want to throw it up to a bastard that said I didn't give you a big enough rock.
We're going to talk about this bastard after the show.
I'm gonna, yeah. When I tell you a stuff, whatever, you're gonna be like, it doesn't shock you. Though. It doesn't shock you. Who? You just think about the villains that I know.
The villains that you know.
The villains that I know, and then when I tell you, you'd be like, oh, I see this asshole doing some shit like this on a regular. I think the dumbest excuse I've heard for cheating and stuff is that, yeah, like I can't talk to you. Or we don't talk.
We don't talk?
Or we can't understand, you don't understand and stuff. But I'm like, you have to come to an understanding in order to get to the promised land of like being in a relationship with a person.
Right.
How do you go in a point where you're with the person, you're not hearing, your words not being heard, or you're not hearing them and stuff for that, but you're just still going into the fucking relationship? That's a stupid ass excuse for me. Like, yo, open up your mouth, say what you want, say what's on your mind, and then take it from there. And if you realize that maybe this relationship might not be it, then you just say, you know what, this is not serving me.
Yeah.
I'm out.
But I mean, that's how I feel about the
attention.
Not paying me no attention things. Like, why would you not just come to me and be like, hey, I feel alone. Like my needs are not being met.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me know. And then let's figure it out. And then if we can't figure it out, then you're right. Maybe it's a sign for us to part ways.
Yeah.
But for you to say, now you're going to cheat on me because
you're not too sure yet. But and I think the funniest thing is stuff like another funny excuse I always heard is that like, yo, no one leaves a job to be unemployed. You're going to wait to get another job and then just do.
Right.
Right. But I look at the stuff as like, to the job, you're employee, whatever the fuck. To the person, you might be their whole universe.
Right.
Or you might be a planet in the universe that certain things just revolves around and stuff like that. For you to uproot that now, whatever, that's life changing and altering and stuff, whatever, to a person, to a company. They look at stuff as like, your number, whatever the fuck we give you, and we'll just put a posting out here, replace you. And if this is a good machine run type company and stuff, whatever, we won't miss you.
We won't miss you. We won't miss you. You know, it's so funny because when a person leaves a company,
okay,
right? Let's say they're in a position where they're in communications with like the outside world. Like maybe they have clients, they might have other business associates that they deal with and so forth like that. When you leave the company physically, your number is still active. Your email is still active. Somebody else is monitoring your email.
Interesting.
And getting all the shit that they need to until there's enough period to facilitate a proper change of guard. So
I've noticed that. Because I've sent the email to somebody in finance.
Right.
Well, I'm in a particular department in my hospital.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten a response back. And then when I went to go ask somebody and stuff, they're like, oh yes, that person left like last month. I'm like, so why the fuck is this shit still active?
It's still active and somebody's monitoring it. Somebody read your email and realized either A, they don't have the capacity to answer it, so fuck off. B, to them it's not important enough to answer it, so fuck off. But if it was something like really detrimental, they either reply or it goes up the chain and somebody else will reply. But that email is active because they don't want to lose anything that you may have already started for the company.
I don't know. I'm asking for a friend. if I leave a company,
Right.
right, and say I've been entrenched into the company and stuff where certain things in my name is attached.
Yeah.
If I say goodbye to the company like today,
yeah,
and I realize that they're still using my name on certain type of things, am I liable to sue? Can I sue?
No.
Why not?
Because you don't own that part. See,
but it's still my name.
It's your name as a representative of the company.
Well, I'm now attached to another company, but my name is still being represented with this company.
Yeah, but your name at the other company is Marvin at CWA Co. That's different from Marvin at BWA Co. Marvin at BWA Co. As long as the BWA Co behind it, that BWA Co we own. Anything attached to that, we own.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people, you cannot, you got to sign contracts saying that.
But no one reads these things.
Nobody reads these things.
Go ahead.
But you got to sign contracts to say that whatever connections that you create, you leave them here. You can't take them with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take them with you, you're liable to be sued.
By the company you previously worked for. I wanted to sue. I wanted to just, leave a place and just be like, you bastards.
But it's exactly what you're saying. A well-oiled company, they don't care if you leave or not. They're not even telling people that you left.
No.
They're never telling anybody that you left.
No.
And unless you ask, they're no longer with the company.
You're unavailable right now. This is such and such, whatever. They can help you with such and such.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, whatever happened to Marv and stuff, whatever. I never met Marv. He was let go before I got this position. But we've established something already because I'm at abc.co. I'm upset. I wanted to sue somebody. He crushed my dreams today. Last question. Last question comes from GoodboyOtto. Who killed Barry and Honey Sherman?
Damn. You bring back remnants of the past. I mean, we might fill it in for some of our non-Canadian listeners even some of our Canadian listeners who may not be up on this.
I'll tell you guys straight goods and stuff, whatever. Google Toronto billionaire murders. I think that's Toronto's biggest murder.
I think it's the most high profile
murder thing going on.
Yeah.
And solve the case your own self. Because I think for myself, whatever, I have the person in my mind and stuff, whatever, is the nephew-in-law, the cousin-in-law,
right,
type person. The documentaries that I seen was not present. Other people and stuff were present and stuff like that from people that used to work in the house, work in that mansion and all that type of stuff.
As soon as you're not present for something, you become a person of interest.
Yeah. And the fact that when whosoever bought the house, demolished it.
Right.
It just screams cover up.
Oh yeah.
It just screams cover up. And I live here, so I don't want nobody come after me. Hey, can I talk to you? We kill billionaires. We'll kill 1,000 there.
I was about to say, the fact that they're out there just, bumping off billionaires, I mean...
1,000 there is nothing to them.
Shit.
I'm probably making it like I had a heart attack or something.
They ain't even calling the jackal for us. They ain't even calling the jackal for us. The jackal does not get called for us. Jaguar does not get called for us.
Jaguar's not getting called and stuff. They'd be like, hey, you want a bonus on your check? Here's the plate, and this is where this guy lives. Handle that.
Handle that.
When it's done, let us know. Bring us proof. You get paid.
Yeah.
Who you got?
It was a mystery to me. I really didn't really pinpoint anybody, but then when you started mentioning the son-in-law, and I was really starting to look back at it, I was like, yeah, he was one person they did mention, but I don't really see him, come out and speak for himself in a documentary. And I'm like,
I remember when it was fresh.
Yeah.
Yo, it was a talk in the barbershop for real, because they were looking like Apotex is a big ass company.
It's a big company.
Especially here. And I looked at it stuff, I was like, this is so crazy how it's like everybody was on the case until like during the pandemic when they demolished everything and stuff. And I was like, but we haven't solved anything. And it's only been like 2 years from the time.
Haven't solved anything.
And you at least like, all right, it's all said and done. It's been put to bed.
Yeah.
Now we can back to regular scheduled program.
Money talks, bullshit runs track meets.
Facts. It's a major fact. Okay. We are here.
We are here.
At the end of the road. There's still so much to go. I was hitting with Associated Sons this week.
All right, what you got?
Associated Sons this week says, small raindrops could cause a big flood. Associated Sons. I feel like, again, it's the collective thing. Like, you know, not only with the victimhood and stuff, whatever, but like eventually it's just one raindrop, whatever, right? And it's also small.
Right.
And it's just one person and you feel like you might be insignificant to whatever your population in your, I want to say your GDP or just pertain to your circumstance.
Yeah.
But I feel like, again, you gather enough signatures and another vote. It's a collective thing that kind of makes the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one person that declares, okay, murder is right. It's collective that dictates that murder is wrong.
Right.
Right? So it's a collective. And I think us as people living in today's times, I feel like we still don't try to feel like we're connected to people. We're all just saying like, this person's fucked up. This person's weird. People are dumb. And like, no, we need each other.
Yeah, we definitely need each other, man.
Again, I don't know how to work electricity and stuff. So everybody at the power plants, I need y'all. And I need the people running the internet. I need y'all.
I definitely need y'all.
So, we'll say that. Everything else, I might can hunt for a rabbit to cook my own food.
Right.
But I might question, what am I doing? But I need the people at the grocery store to kind of bring me the battle already done.
Yeah.
So yeah, small raindrops could cause a big flood.
So says the Sons.
Once again, thank you for a great show.
Yeah,
thanks, man. Yeah, man. And we are here. Thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. All streaming platforms possible, like it's at Podical Sons Podcast and stuff. YouTube, you can see these lovely faces. And yes, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits, yo.
Genius has its limits.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Arrivederci.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.